I've been a failed actor right at the beginning of my film career. So for me, I know I don't want to work with a star with a fan base. The thing is, like, industries also become like where everybody wants a guaranteed success before the film starts. So filmmaking is an expensive art form. So I always try to work backwards because I have done the mistake. I made a big budget film. I realized bigger the budget, lesser the freedom. I've been very scared of VFX. My fear of VFX went away while doing Bombay Velvet. और मैं नकली दाढ़ी नकली बाल वाला वो मुझे पसंद ही नहीं है.
Hello, welcome to Filmfare. I'm Rachit Gupta and I've come to meet one of my favorite filmmakers in the entire world. I have literally not grown up but sort of assimilated cinema through his works, starting from Black Friday जब वो bootleg हुई थी film, sorry. But that's how old my fascination for this guy is. The one and only Anurag Kashyap. His new film Nishaanchi is there, so we'll get into it. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, very happy. I'm in a great space.
Okay. Birthday के दिन आप काम कर रहे हो, sir?
बर्थडे के दिन है तो बर्थडे मंथ है मेरा और सबसे अच्छा मंथ जा रहा है.
Okay.
इतनी सारी अच्छी चीजें हो रही है.
Nice. Anurag, you had said that Nishanchi's story's been with you for a while.
Yeah.
How long and where did it start?
Script, Nishanchi script, 2016
Baap re.
is when I wrote this. We wrote the script. Me, Ranjan and Prasoon.
तो 9 साल.
9 साल था और फिल्म हाँ पहले तो बन जाती 2018 में. We were making this film. We had announced this film with Sushant.
हाँ जी.
And then I think he got 2 very big films and I was also coming from Bombay Velvet. So he made that choice. And then I had to find a suitable actor. The film is set in North India.
Correct.
And over a period of time, the thing is, like, industries also become like where everybody wants a guaranteed success before the film starts. Plus, they always have some things and this whole kind of a heroine. This is Nishanchi is very different. Nishanchi is like it's a heroic film like they used to make in the 70s. Like one of those Salim Javed Amitabh Bachchan films.
वो वाइब है उसकी.
हाँ, वो वाइब हमारी फिल्म में स्क्रिप्ट में था और हमें चाहिए था एक ऐसा एक्टर. और लकीली जो है एक दिन मैंने वो इसका एक वीडियो था जिसमें इसने जहाँ भी ये एक्टिंग वर्कशॉप करता होगा, he had done lots of monologues, difficult ones. इरफान का मोनोलॉग किसी एक फिल्म से, and one of those monologues was of Manoj Bajpayee's climax का शूल का मोनोलॉग.
Wow.
And it did not feel off at all. It felt like he was playing that police officer in Bihar. And then I was like, who's this guy? And इसको फिर ढूंढा, script दी, and I guess just react to the script. And he saw the script, he got very excited. He said, sir, what are you thinking? Like, what? I said, no, like, which role you see? And he wanted to play Bablu. I said, ठीक है. I said, let me see if you can become like a Kanpuriya. And his whole homework was to become like a boy from Kanpur. And because of also that audition, that whatever video, you call it audition or you can call it a show reel that he had put up, him playing various roles and looking different and doing it differently. I did not say that it's a double role to him until 6 months before the shoot.
Nice.
So he was preparing for Bablu. I said, you also have to play Bablu now.
Acha.
Bablu.
So he didn't realize that.
He didn't realize that. But I also was thinking, what if he turns out to be limited actor? Then I will have him play one role and I'll have another actor play another role. But he turned out to be so versatile and he's so good that I said, let's play Bablu. And also Sylvester Fonseca, who's my cinematographer, he was excited with the aspect of double role more than having 2 different actors. Because he also, as a challenge, wanted to shoot it like, let's not shoot a double role like we see in films. जो हमेशा से होता है स्प्लिट स्क्रीन करके, आधे में इधर आधे में दूसरा भाई. Then मैं कहा नहीं, that contact plus them looking different, plus also as the film progresses, the body shape, everything becomes different. Not just that hair, दाढ़ी, और मैं नकली दाढ़ी नकली बाल वाला वो मुझे पसंद ही नहीं है. So we shot with the broadest portion first.
Okay.
With long hair, long beard, and 2 months later we shot the next part.
Okay.
It was technically, I would say, we have achieved something that even sinners could not.
Nice.
So that's the kind of a double role it has become.
Nice.
In the film.
I've personally been very fascinated with double roles since Judwa.
Yeah.
मतलब मैं बच्चा था
नहीं तो और पहले से.
हाँ उसके बाद मैंने फिर दिलीप साहब एंड अमिताभ बच्चन सर की फिल्में देखी बट फर्स्ट एक्सपोजर टू अ डबल रोल फिल्म फॉर मी इन द थिएटर वाज जुड़वा एंड आई कैटेगोरिकली रिमेंबर ना जब उसकी शो रील क्रेडिट चल रहे थे तो उसमें उन्होंने शायद एक शॉट दिखाया था जहाँ एक सलमान खान था एंड देन देयर वाज अनदर गाय विद लाइक अ थिंग ओवर हिज हेड in a simple shot. So like how has the technique changed over these years to shoot such a complex
no it comes with intention. So technology has been there, but it is difficult. It takes a lot of hard work, and the thing is something that I understood only while watching it, because I was very scared, honestly speaking. Sylvester said, let's try to do this. I was like, I don't know how are you going to do this. He says, we'll shoot this first, then we'll take a gap, we'll make him lose weight, cut off his hair and beard, and shoot the rest of the film. I was like, how will you do that? He says, trust us. And that's all that there was. I trust Sylvester. Nishi, who from Red Chilies, I trust them. Animesh, my second year director. Everybody like was hell bent on, let's do this. I've been very scared of VFX. My fear of VFX went away while doing Bombay Velvet. But not so much that कि मैं ऐसा double role attempt करूँ. So जब वो कर रहे थे, and not the first schedule तो हो गया, I was focusing only on the performance. And when the second schedule they started doing, it's like we went back. We realized the importance of the production design also. Everything was measured. Everything was measured. Everything was, path was drawn. Everything was recreated exactly the same way. The looks were recreated the same way. And some of the most difficult things we pulled off.
But is this not a very tedious filmmaking process? Or do you sort of enjoy?
It's very simple. I enjoyed it. Like it just wasn't so difficult. We achieved it in much lesser cost than, say, a film like Do Patti. I'm saying it's not about, it's about intention.
Correct.
It's about intention. You want to do something, and you want to focus on storytelling. So my focus was on performances, storytelling. My focus was not on other thing.
Nice. You brought up the budget aspect of it. मुझे आपको पूछना है कि आज के तारीख में when there is so much of conversation, फिल्में चलती है नहीं चलती है. How important is it to make frugal films in terms of?
It's very important. I think it's very important. Filmmaking is also a responsibility. Filmmaking is an expensive art form.
Correct.
Filmmaking is an art form where it costs somebody else's money. So I always try to work backwards, because I have done the mistake. I made a big budget film. I realized bigger the budget, lesser the freedom.
Because you're shouldering more.
No, because the responsibility for the first weekend then becomes more important. The opening becomes more important than the film. Which is why I decided that I will not do that again.
Okay.
And since then I've been working in controlled costs. And working in controlled costs is very liberating.
But does that then also limit your chances to, say, cast a big star? Somebody.
I don't want to work with a big star again. Because big star comes with a different kind of it's a different kind of a beast. It's not the individual, it's the fan base. Then you have to satisfy that fan base, because then you have a guaranteed opening, and that in that opening the fan will decide that the director is responsible for ruining the star's career. It becomes that. You've seen that in so many films, the big films that don't work. The biggest brunt is not taken by the star, it's the director. It's the filmmaker. I have taken that brunt. So, स्टार के स्टारडम को कुछ ज्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता. फर्क पड़ता है तो डायरेक्टर की नेक्स्ट फिल्म को या उसके फ्रीडम को.
Of course.
So for me, I know I don't want to work with a star with a fan base, massive fan base.
I have to tell you this. Back in 2008, I had interviewed Ram Gopal Varma, and I had asked him a very similar question, and he had given me the exact same notes.
Because he had probably experienced it
himself.
Experienced it himself.
But do you feel so? Back then, Ramu sir had told me that he gets a kick out of making a small film with a small budget with a relatively unknown face, and if that does well, that is much more gratifying to him than doing a big film with a big star, which may even achieve like decent success.
Yeah, it is. I totally agree with it, but there's also a difference in the sense what he says to me. He says, I will take a newcomer and I'll shoot him like a star. You'll take a star and shoot him like a normal guy. He said this to me.
Such a such a. But do you miss working with him in the early days?
I love conversations with him. My confidence comes from there, from working on Satya. Because I have seen a film that was full of outsiders. Every crew member was a newcomer. Every crew member was so young. And we saw that film work. That gave us confidence for life. That gave me confidence for life.
Nice. You mentioned Salim Javed
Yeah.
a little while ago.
Yeah.
We've spoken about Ram Gopal Varma.
Yeah.
The confluence of their styles. Do you sort of see that in your own sort of treatment of cinema, or do you like to separate yourself from all of this?
Salim Javed films, but yes, Nishanchi, yes, I have consciously gone to that zone where it's also because to have that kind of a satisfying ending. Like most of my films are very open ended. Most of my films very rarely give you that ending, gives you that high. So for me, I have consciously tried to make it like that. What the approach of Salim Javed.
So a strong third act.
Very strong third act. Yeah.
Nice. But do you have an aversion to closing stories?
No, it depends on the subject matter. See, this is a story. I'm telling you a story. Sometimes I'm dealing with a subject matter where open-ended film is important because I want to maybe provoke the audience, maybe evoke something in them, maybe leave them thinking about it, because it's those kind of films where they go back, they're gobsmacked, there's silence. They go back thinking. That happened in Ugly.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
मेरी आपकी फिल्मोग्राफी में से जो मेरी 3 फेवरेट फिल्म्स है ना, वो सबके यही हाल थे. सबसे पहले तो नो स्मोकिंग, फिर अगली और फिर मन मर्जियां. So
Man Marziya had an ending, closed ending.
It had, but
but still it was just
it's
the
more,
beginning of another story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you sort of ended it on like a cliffhanger sort of a thing. So this is that the real Anurag? Is that what you
No,
enjoy
I
doing
don't
the
know. It
most?
depends on the subject matter. I really I've had a lot of, because this script, after the script came out, since the script came out, I know that this is something special. I don't say that we knew what you were writing. Good things pour out of you slowly, and then it becomes something.
Yeah.
I know that we have something very special in hand, and I have to protect it at any cost. And we know the industry we are dealing with. And after one experience, I realized this can only happen with newcomers. It can only happen with very hungry newcomers. And I have waited till I found Aishwarya, and till I had a conversation with him. I will not make this film. It's like exactly the same thing with what I did to Vineet. I said, Mukkavas won't happen till you become a boxer. Because, it's very expensive to shoot sport.
True.
Right? And I will not get budget. Similarly, for him, it was like, you have to become like a boy from Kanpur. When I met Vedika, I said, you have to become that girl from Kanpur. You have to become Rangili Rinko. And only then the film will start. And they gave me 4 years of their lives.
Nice.
Becoming that. They lived in Kanpur. They went there. They experienced things. He became Bablu. And there were so many aspects to he said he can possibly become W too. And he worked on it.
Nice.
She became Rinku. And that's when the last person to be cast was Monika.
Okay. Nice. Do you think your actors are are they at an advantage because you are an actor yourself, or and you're rather a decent
Yeah,
actor?
I'm like, I've been a failed actor. See, what happens is like, when you are a failed actor, I have done a lot of theatre.
Hmm.
And I've been a failed actor right at the beginning of my film career.
Hmm.
And for years, and I decided not to act. And today I can get by only because I understand the medium. I understand the medium.
Hmm.
So it's like, when you understand the medium, you can cheat.
Cheat.
Right? But I don't have the discipline of an actor because one, I'm love making a film so much because I'm engaged throughout. When you become an actor, you're waiting for your next shot.
Hmm.
And that for me is like very bothersome.
Hmm.
So I do very little acting. Also, I want to give my acting gaps so that it does not seem repetitive because I know I don't have that discipline to go that extra mile sometimes.
Okay.
Right? But it has taught me what not to do with actors and how to direct actors.
Hmm.
Because it took me years to realize that when I was, whenever there's a performance of mine that has been appreciated, it is because the director was very clear what they wanted from me.
Okay.
There are also films where I'm terrible because the director just thought that I'll do it all by myself. It doesn't happen.
He has the Anurag Kashyap.
हाँ. So problem होते हैं. So I have understood what to do with actors and what not to do with actors and किसके साथ क्या करना चाहिए. And it has really helped me over the years.
Okay. And one final question, Anurag. वहाँ पे मेरे को क्यों ऑलरेडी मिल चुका है, सॉरी. बट मेरा एक थियोरी है दैट चाहे फिल्म बड़ी हो छोटी हो, एक्टर नया हो पुराना हो जैसा भी हो, a film succeeds when the music hits with the audience before the release.
In India, yes.
In India. I'm not talking about the West
absolutely,
at all.
Absolutely.
Do you ascribe to do you agree to this theory, and how does it play out?
It does work. It does work, but it doesn't mean that a film that doesn't have,
of course, exceptions to the case.
There are exceptional cases also. There are also exceptional cases जहाँ पे it's not just the music, it's the film. But yes, in larger cases, दो गाने ही अगर आपके हिट हो गए तो पिक्चर फिर पकड़ लेती है. Because in today's days of too much, to draw attention is a very difficult task. South में regional films, people know because there's a ceiling to how much. So there's no noise. All the films come out, they have equal weightage. So small film succeeding has as much chances as a big film succeeding.
Back in the South.
In the South, wherever there is a ceiling.
Do you think we as an industry are too cluttered right now and we need a disruptor?
We need disruption all the time. Every 10, 15 years, we need disruption. Every 10, 15 years, we need disruption. I'm saying there's nothing that's permanent here. There's nothing that's permanent here. I've had ebbs, so many dips in my career there, but I know I've learned one thing, that as long as I'm consistent with my cost, I'll keep making films, and success and failure doesn't depend on it. This is very, I think I'll be repeating myself by saying this, but I don't know, somebody said this to me. I think Ramoji was saying that, why a film blows up or becomes a blockbuster? Because of magic. You know what that magic is? You only find out when it becomes a blockbuster.
That's such a Ram Gopal Varma thing to say, no?
ऐसे जब पिक्चर सक्सीड होती है, चल जाती है, तो सबको मालूम है क्यों चली. जब फ्लॉप हो जाती है, सबको मालूम होता है क्यों फ्लॉप हुई.
Superb. So on that note, Anurag, let's hope Nishanchi is the one that creates magic.
I hope so. I hope so.
Let's hope so. And let's hope you get a call from Ramu sir.
वो तो आता रहता है.
आता रहेगा.
वो तो आता रहता.
Good stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to meet you, man.
Thank you.
And happy birthday again.
Thank you, sir.